Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. It is Monday evening, September 18, 2023, and welcome. If this is your first time joining me, well, why not launch that camera up on your phone, point over the QR code, touch the yellow lips like that, and you'll be greeted with my link tree in just a couple seconds. If you are just, let's say, listening, but not really watching the program, well, then just go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Really appreciate you doing that. And everybody asks me, hey, John, what do you do? Well, I'm going to tell you what I do. So I help people tell a story that leads to them growing a more scalable and profitable business. All right, guys, it's great to be with you here tonight, as it is every single night and day that I'm with you. You can always check out all the great stuff at believemeachieve.com. And I want to thank you, whether you're here at 10:30 p.m. at night, 10:38 a.m. in the morning, 12 noon, 12 midnight, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., whatever it is, I am very grateful that you've made the choice to be with me here today. Tonight, I should say. So let's get right into our master topic. Everybody's ready for that. Our master topic is From Training Wheels to Triumph, Series 2, Show 38, Episode number 3. Yes, number 3, everyone. So when we think about, triumph, I want to talk about the importance of setting a promise. Now, we've all talked about goals before, but the problem with goals is when you set a goal, a lot of people are like, I missed the goal, but don't worry about it, I'll set another one. And then it's like it loses its credibility. So when you set a promise, it means a lot more to you and to everyone else that you're working with. So I think that's really important. So in life, I want to tell you guys to set promises and achieve them. All right. So just like, we were talking about the bike, and this is what this whole week's about. The bike is a metaphor, right? How do you set promises that you're going to achieve? Well, these have to be promises that come from the heart. Okay. These aren't things that other people want you to do. These are things that you want to do for you, or that your curiosity has, propelled you forward to do. That's really what's important. So, setting a promise. Know that small promises to yourself can lead to remarkable transformations in your life. A small promise like making a commitment to get up every day at 7 a.m. So something as small like that can really build upon who you are and what you're doing. I think that's really a cool thing. When we think about a promise, okay, a promise is a commitment that you make between whatever it is you're doing and yourself. So you hold yourself accountable for that promise. Whether you're on a lifelong journey that's been going on for a while, whether you're just starting a new journey, to be empowered and to keep achieving new promises, we have to get passionate about them, why we set them, what they really mean to us. Learning to ride a bike isn't just about balance. It's, as we said, a powerful metaphor for goal setting, but really it's promise setting is what I want to say, and accomplishment. So discovering the small promises to yourself can lead to remarkable transformations in your life. But, a lot of people believe that a promise is something you just do for really high-end things. No, a promise can be anything. A promise could be, I promise myself that I'm going to read this book. I promise myself that I'm going to put good food in my body. I promise myself that I'm going to be accountable for the food I eat. I promise myself that I'm only going to hang around people that, let's say, shed good energy. I promise myself this. You know why? Because I'm a person and I deserve to treat myself well. I think that's really the whole main crux of everything. We have to treat ourselves well. That's very, very important. And as we discover promises, we'll start to realize that our curiosity and that our commitment to those promises are actually going to get us excited to set new promises that we can move forward with. I think that's really the main game of life, the main game. And so a promise is something that could be very small, it could be something very big, but we always should start with a promise, ladies and gentlemen, that is very, very small. So I always said we can underpromise and overdeliver, right? So set small goals, small promises, I should say, and then when you achieve those, go ahead and set a larger promise. Now, again, for a while I used to say the word goals, but again, when we say the word goal, like I'm going to do a goal, I have a goal to achieve this. It's great, but then if you don't achieve it, you're like, well, it's just a goal. No big deal. If I achieve it next time, and then your body's like, well, should I achieve it or should I not achieve it? And I think that becomes a big problem with some people because they don't necessarily know like why they're not achieving something. Maybe it's a great idea, but then they don't know what happened or why they fell off the bike, no pun intended. So we want to set promises in our life and achieve them. Don't set goals. Set small promises and they'll become big transformations. Another thing I want to talk about is passing it on. So when we set a promise, okay, whether you've conquered a challenge of riding a bike, you have incredible ability that you possess to teach and inspire others to do the same. And it symbolizes a profound value of sharing knowledge and helping others overcome their challenges. So, our journey is a beacon of hope for those around you. And the effects will just ripple all the way through with everything you create. When somebody sees that you are creating a promise and that you are living and achieving that promise, it's like they get curious to know, well, what's he doing different? What's she doing differently? Why am I not achieving my promise? Well, are you writing down your promise? Is this a promise that you believe in your heart? Or is it just something you just pulled out of thin air? I mean, I'm being serious here. And so a promise that you feel in your heart is something that will be intertwined through your core. When it's with your core, your body and mind just want to achieve that promise just as much as you want to breathe. If your promises don't inspire you to take action, then they're not a great promise. But I'd say, John, that's a lot of work. I never said achieving a promise would be easy. I said it would be rewarding, and I said it would be something that would change your life. Now, when other people see that you've made a promise and it's made a change, they want to learn from you. They not only want to learn, but they want you to mentor them if you have time, but they want to understand, how can I set that kind of a promise? And so another reason for setting a promise and achieving it is so that other people can be inspired and we can pass on that knowledge, right? Every time we're on a journey, we embark on something and we become better every single day, okay? So, there are lots of surprises when we set promises. There are things we learn that we didn't even know we were going to learn. It wasn't on our agenda to learn it, but it just happens. And we start to embrace and discover the joy of passing on our knowledge and empowering others. So, Inspirations for Your Life is a podcast show that helps people from being down in the trenches and getting up way up high. Remember I said to reach up high, you have to dig deep down? Well, you really do. And when you set a promise, you have to dig deep in yourself to know exactly what you want and feel that promise in your heart. See that vision. Feel that vision. Touch that vision, right? Hear it. Taste it if you can. And when we do these things, the vision becomes more of a reality to us than just something that we just kind of came up with. People will want to set promises, but they fall off the bike or they fall off the horse before they ever get started. So how do you motivate these people? It's simple. They need encouragement. And rather than taking the ride, like I said, past several driveways, why not just take it past one driveway and then celebrate that? And again, you're going to fall through these promises. It's just natural. But don't stay on the ground. Make sure you get up. And when you get up, be grateful to the fact that you've already excelled in that promise. You've gotten further than you could have gotten. That's pretty amazing, if you ask me. Pretty amazing. And so by being pretty amazing, I mean, that's really cool, right? It's amazing because you as a person, all right, are here. And you as a person are actually, getting involved. Not because you have to, but because you want to. That's probably the biggest thing I can share with you guys, is you're getting involved because you want to get involved. Not because you have to get involved, but because you want to get involved. And so thinking about that for just a minute, I think that might inspire some of us to figure out, why is it that we want to do something a certain way? Or why is it that when we see somebody else achieving a promise and then they fail, we're like, oh, I can't do that. I could never do that. It's not that you can't do that. What you're missing is the analogy I like to tie to the dog. Now, whether you have a pet or not, let's say you go over your friend's house and he has this great dog. Let's say it's a golden retriever. Beautiful golden retriever. And you go over the house, and you're there for a few minutes, and all of a sudden you see this dog go right up for the handle, open it, and go right out. And you're like, gee, what a smart dog. And your friend just kind of chuckles like, yeah. What's so funny? Your dog just opened the knob and went right out. Very smart. Well, you wouldn't have said that a couple days ago. What do you mean? Well, about a day or two ago, my dog wanted to get out. So he was trying to open the door, and he kept, barking, but he just kept wanting to do it himself. It's like, he took like a whole day. And you're like, gee, what a dumb dog. The dog's not dumb. And it's the same dog. It's our perceptions. So what we see now, okay, will change as we move forward. If somebody doesn't like what you're doing for them today, great. Change. You see, everyone has the ability to change in their life, but they don't change because they don't think it's possible. Or like, oh, well, that doesn't work for me. I don't have that kind of experience. Everyone who's ever been great has done one thing, ladies and gentlemen. They've started. So you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You don't have to, be the one that has, let's say, the best journey in your walk. But in order to have that journey, you need to take the first step. So this goes back to my concept that we need to start small. Okay? We've talked about that before. The promises you set for yourself will be like these beacons that are in the distance. And although they have a good, let's say, display of light reflecting around them, they're kind of dim. And the more you believe and the more you put effort in, the more these lights start to go from dim to slightly brighter, to even more brighter, and brighter and brighter and brighter, to pretty soon you can actually see the light from a pretty far distance, that it actually can show you something. And then, eventually, that light becomes so bright that it could light your entire pathway. But people never give it a chance. People would never give that dog a chance. That's pretty amazing. So when we think about training, training is training our mind, it's training our body. And knowing why we set a promise isn't just for ourselves, it's for others. Inspire people, because when you inspire them, you get inspired. And not only that, you get further on your path of achieving your dreams. It's because the dreams you're trying to accomplish just happen more effortlessly when you motivate others. It's kind of like if you were learning a lesson and you were to teach someone, okay? You learn it twice when you have to teach it to someone, because you have to teach yourself and then you're teaching it. So you really learn it like 2 or 3 times. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been an amazing privilege, a pleasure and honor to be with you this fantastic evening. And I want to let you guys know that we have really hit the mark. I think we're almost at 10,000 downloads. I think we're at like 9,600. So 10,000 is our next big mark. And I'm so very grateful that we're at that mark. We're on a big mark to keep hitting and keep growing. And really just grateful for all of you that are here and continuing to watch the program. Definitely like, love, support the channel, comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone on social media. Go to believemeachieve.com, click on that link, help keep our content free. Make the choice. Buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a savory, scrumptious bowl of desserts. Either way, we'll be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, before you can get to your destination for this promise, you need to put the time in. You need to put the feeling in. You need to believe. And then you need to take those actions and celebrate those small minor victories. I'm going to see you guys real soon. Thank you so much for checking in with me. It's always a pleasure to share this with you guys. And I'm going to catch you guys, you know when, tomorrow. Have a great night.